How's it going, everybody? I am DeanoGTO, and today we're going to be looking at the KV-122. This is a vehicle which I recently got while it was on sale, and I figured I would just give it a try. I haven't actually driven it yet, but it's effectively like a callback to the old KV-1S, but it's actually more balanced than the KV-1S was at Tier 6, which is bizarre to think of even now, because, well, it kind of puts in perspective just how ridiculous the KV-1S was, because this thing actually has 2 degrees worse gun depression than the KV-1S. And as far as I recall, I think the KV-1S was actually faster than this as well, which is bizarre to think of. Like, it's crazy just to think of how overwhelmingly powerful the KV-1S was, and just how game-breaking that tank was. Like, I remember, like, whenever Wargaming said, "Oh yeah, we're going to nerf the Hellcat," everybody was like, "Are you fuck? Are you fuck going to nerf the Hellcat?" Whenever the KV-1S is still a thing. And I remember, like, Wargame's reaction was, "Yeah, good call." Like, that's the only tank that can, like, counter the KV-1S, and they wanted to nerf it before they nerfed the KV-1S, and everybody was just like, "Nope, that's not happening." I just thought that was hilarious, because, like, the KV-1, can you imagine, like, can you imagine if they released, like, the nerfs for the Hellcat and let the KV-1S be the pinnacle of Tier 6 on its own? Tier 6 would just be a dead tier. That tier would just be, well, that tier's gone. People would only play Tier 7 and higher because this would just be like, nope, I refuse. I refuse to deal with that bullshit, but yeah. I just think that's hilarious, like the fact that the community, like I actually remember reading forums, and the forums was just like, yeah, I'm leaving this game if Wargaming nerfs the Hellcat without nerfing the KV-1S. Like everybody was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna play this game anymore if they do that, because that's just a clear sign of like the Russian bias, which people were always accusing Wargaming of, but never could 100% prove, if that makes sense. So yeah, like it's always been a theory, a conspiracy theory around the game. And to an extent, I think it's kind of fair because the majority of their player base is Russian. But yeah, like it kind of makes sense for them to make Russian vehicles reasonably good. Although I would argue the 705A could have been better, but yeah, as far as I've seen, the 705A is still a reasonably popular vehicle. It's not the most popular vehicle, but it's still reasonably popular. But the gun on it is absolutely garbage. Like, I honestly thought accuracy was overrated. Then I drove that, and I was like, okay, accuracy matters. Like, I like that tank, I had some good games at it, but that gun, rage-inducing. Was just completely just a rage-inducing gun. The 60TP is a far more user-friendly gun. But yeah, let's actually focus on the gameplay here. I haven't actually looked too much into the stats on this thing, like the actual like soft stats, but I'm pretty sure it has 60 side armor and 80 front armor, and a reasonably decent frontal turret as well. I think it was like 120. So hopefully this doesn't go too poorly here, because they do have an IS-2 and a T-29, but you can see here I've gotten here significantly before the enemy tanks have. I'm actually kind of intrigued as to like how long it's actually going to take them to get here, and nice snapshot. Typical KV-1S accuracy right there. Just like, oh yeah, snapshot, fine. You hit a new pen. So, let's see, where is this T-29 going to be? That is honestly the main thing I'm concerned with, because the IS-2 I'm not really concerned with. Like, actually, which version is it? Is it the... That could be the Russian version, actually. Oh, I remember the Russian version has better frontal armor. So that could be, actually could be annoying. Nope, that's Chinese. Chinese, definitely. Yeah, if you're wondering how you can tell the difference between the Russian one has the, has like sort of paint job on it with like the white like cross on top of it, on the top of the turret I should say. So yeah, that thing there is kind of distinctive in comparison to the Chinese version. Chinese version is a bit more normal looking, and that was unfortunate. I hit that guy and then didn't penetrate him. That was annoying. Oh wow, okay. Didn't even think he could see me there. I was just looking away. See? This is what people remember from the KV-1S, where you would do shit like that and it would just go, nope. I aimed directly at his... I don't even know how that happened. Seriously? Come on, gun, please. Please stop trolling me. And yeah, this guy's trying to hit you at me in a tank with like how big is this gun? Like, I'm actually wondering now. It was giving me a green penetration marker there for a second. I'm wondering like where that was. Huh, I can actually pin that. That's a surprise. I didn't think I could, but, well, that's an interesting weakness to learn of. Apparently I can overmatch his, like, armor just in that one point there. Interesting. So, let's see, the IS-2 is over there. 29's well, he's dead. So, not really too much of a worry with him. Panther M10, though, that's actually a bit of concern, the fact that he's actually managed to get to there. So, can I see this guy? I cannot, but I think he's just there. And, of course. I was hoping he would kind of be facing like another direction, but he wasn't. So, let's see. Nobody really wants to rush around the corner to try and fight this guy because there's a decent... well, never mind. I was about to say there's a decent chance that they might have a bunch of tank destroyers sitting in the background just waiting to just blast people to smithereens like, as soon as they try to push forward into that guy. So, it was very risky to try and push forward to actually finish him off, but never mind. But there is the Panther M10, and look at this aiming time. Watch this miss. Oh, it didn't. Nice surprise. Like, from my memory of the KV-1S, aiming shots for as long as that usually meant they would miss. That one hit as well. Jeez, this is very unlike KV-1S. Jesus, I really hated the KV-1S with a passion. Like, there are very few tanks which I really, really hated as much as the KV-1S. The KV-1S was just such a stupid tank. I remember trying to grind the M6 when the KV-1S was at like full power, and dear God, like driving an M6 whenever you're getting pinned by 175 penetration 122mm like EP rounds all the time, it was a nightmare. It took me so long to get through the M6 just because I just kept getting just nuked by them. Oh, I thought I got the kill there. Denied. Wow, actually, what the hell? How has nobody noticed this? I'm not even sure if the tank destroyers in my base have even noticed that guy's there. Because the SU-152 killed the Panther M10 rather than killing that guy. That's not good. T-29's heading towards their base. Lorraine 40... or not Lorraine 40. Lorraine 155 is run away from the base, as you'd expect. And Jagdpanther's sitting in the bushes behind their base. Right, nice. Okay, Jagdpanther 4 managed to nail that guy. I decided to head back towards the base just in case because, well, it was a light tank and those two are tank destroyers. So it was entirely possible for the light tank just to kind of like juke them and just avoid getting hit. Wonder if that guy's pinned down or if he's like rolled his tank or something. Seems like he's moving, so I don't think he's rolled his tank. So it should be okay. Right, so I'm gonna push up through this little like town and try and avoid getting spotted if possible, because that way I can surprise them and just like blast a couple of them without too many shots in return. Luckily the T-29's still on over 600 health, which means he can take a few hits from every single vehicle in the enemy team. Same with me. Unless I get like ammo rack or something, which actually thinking about, was that a problem on the KV-1S? That is one thing I can't remember. Well, whenever I played the KV-1S, I had like a 75% crew, so it probably was a problem. But this crew here has a safe stowage, so it shouldn't really be that much of a problem. Oh, that's unfortunate. Artillery decided to nuke me as well as the 3045M. Was he fired HE as well? No, he didn't. He fired EP. I wasn't sure, just like the timing on that made it seem to me as if he fired HE at me. T-29 managed to finish that guy off. This guy here is not a one-shot for me, but I'm pretty intimidating tank because 122mm gun. If I can kill this guy, I will. Oh, that guy killed the T-3045M, so I'll kill him. And yeah, I'm not going to try and take that kill from T-29 because T-29, he's one kill away from a top gun, so I'm not going to take that. I'm just going to keep him spotted. Nice. Oh, never mind. I don't even have the chat on. So nice. I got 3 kills there, 2100 damage. That was my first game in this tank, so it was interesting. So it still hit miss, at least when it comes to like point blank range shots, which it shouldn't really miss, but it still manages to miss somehow. But wow, that was actually first class from my first ever game in this tank. That's an interesting sign. Didn't expect that. That's actually very interesting because I actually half expected that to be like second class. Because I thought people did really well in this thing just in general, but 1050 XP being enough for first class, that's kind of expected that to be higher. So this thing might actually be easier to ace than I anticipated, but just to show you there, this was my first game. Yeah, game number 1, and yeah, you can see there, 91% hits. That's like the highest that number will ever get. So just to finish off, I just wanted to quickly just point one thing out. So the thing I was talking about at the beginning, with the Hellcat and the KV-1S, and how like Wargaming originally like planned to nerf them like at different times, like I think I remember originally, like what happened was there were some leaks that came out for the Hellcat being nerfed, and there was no leaks that came out for the KV-1S being nerfed, and everybody just collectively just went, no, we refuse. And pretty much what happened with that there is like I think Wargaming delayed the Hellcat nerfs in order to like make them coincide with the KV-1S nerfs to make sure they didn't break tier 6. Now, people consider the Cromwell to be overpowered these days. I have seen people say that. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Like, people say the Cromwell is overpowered, which I think is kind of funny, just knowing the past of the game. The KV-1S and the Hellcat will never be rivaled when it comes to like tier 6. Like, in terms of like just raw power at tier 6, the KV-1S and the Hellcat were just the kings of tier 6. There was nothing that came close. Now, the KV-2 was hilarious and was amazing, but in terms of just brutal power, the KV-1S and the Hellcat were just unrivaled. It was insane. So, yeah. And just so you know, patch 9.3, which is when this happened, was 2.5 years ago. It was in August 2016. Damn, if that doesn't make you feel old, no, I don't know what will. Because like I remember the KV-1S and the Hellcat at their full power so clearly, and to think that was 2.5 years ago is just bizarre to me. But yeah, I'll leave this video off here. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one.